way too much power for its own good, and the only way to make it usable is using launch mode, which is kind of awesome, kind of scary, but it is what it is. This car has tons of power. Welcome back. We are in a 2019 Challenger Scatpack RT. This has the blind spot detection package with the heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, sound system. So this car, I've never actually driven a new school muscle car, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. And I guess this will kind of fall into that category. So some like initial impressions I always have with cars are how the steering wheel feel is, and this one's decent. It's not the nicest wheel out there. Decent ergonomics. I hate the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. I think they are just like really bad placement. Always a bad idea, especially if you're trying to shift in the corner or something. It's something I never like, and you guys know that if you've watched my previous videos. Cruising in auto, the car seems pretty tame, you know? Not a whole lot of drone coming from the exhaust right now at 1500 RPMs. It's pretty tame. This suspension is not very comfortable. When you do get on the exhaust though, you know it's there. This thing has no grip. But my God, is it a rocket ship once you get going. Whew. Okay, we got this in track mode. This thing is not gonna put any power down. It's a common complaint by this, but let's get it going. Woo! So as you can see, first experience taking off in one of these, I left tons of rubber and smoke back there. So once you actually get on the power, it's brutal. And this thing does have an exhaust, so it's super loud, super droney. But oh my gosh, does it put the power out. That's incredible. So I really do want to see what kind of 0 to 60 time I can get out of this without burning too much rubber. So let's see if we can do this here. So you guys, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's like I said, my first time driving one of these. And yeah, this thing just wants to burn out the whole time. I'm gonna try it out of track mode, try something different. Okay, we're gonna try this in sport. And traction control is off still. However, gonna kind of be a little lighter on the throttle. Let's see what happens here. Wow. Can't seem to get it. All right, call me crazy. Call me crazy, but I'm gonna start this in second gear. Still, oh my goodness. So I'm gonna try one more time, just be a little light, but we're gonna get us quick little quarter-mile sprint.
30.
So that was horrendous. It was like a 14.36 quarter mile, and I was all over the place trying to keep this thing in line. All right, so y'all, correct way to launch this. You got your drive mode on sport, hold launch down, ready, brake pedal, full throttle, and go. So what the car's doing there is really limiting the traction, possibly applying the brakes here and there to really get you the most grip to the road when you launch. Because as you saw right now in the other videos with the draggy, putting the power down without that mode is pretty much impossible. All right, this time we're gonna go track mode. Pedal shifter's on, traction control is on track, steering is on sport, launch. This bad boy has way too much power for its own good, and the only way to make it usable is using launch mode, which is kind of awesome, kind of scary, but it is what it is. This car has tons of power. So now that we're done with that, I'm just gonna kind of cruise in auto. Soundproofing in this car is okay, pretty decent. It definitely rides like a huge boat, and it feels massive. This hood is massive. Man, it feels like a small truck going over these railroad tracks. I can see why this platform performs really well in the Jeep Grand Cherokee. You know, having all-wheel drive, being able to put that power down would make it for a completely different driving experience. To me, this is just very untamed, and I'm not, you know, an avid rear-wheel drive bias, you know, driver. I used to have a pre-runner truck and would, you know, go off-roading in the desert and do all that kind of fun Baja stuff, and that was the most rear-wheel drive experience I've had as far as being on the street. Most of my street vehicles have always been all-wheel drive, so this is different. This is really different and a little unnerving, because, you know, I'm not sure how this car is going to respond. It wants to break loose a lot. So it is wild having this much power and just not being able to like confidently put it down. This isn't just a car you can just, you know, floor. It'll start to fishtail easily every time. But overall, this thing is a pretty awesome machine. I just had to drive one of these because I never have, and it's really cool to kind of see what this modern muscle stuff's about. But if you guys enjoyed this content, please subscribe down below, comment, hit the bell notification so you get notified when my new videos come out. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.